What's going on, everybody? This is John Jank Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Coach Grossman Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we got our biggest game of the season. We are here in the SEC Championship, taking on the number 4 ranked Georgia Bulldogs, and they are a formidable football team. They are A-pluses across the board, whereas we're A+, A-minus. They come in 10-2 with a 7-2 conference record. We're 11-1 with an 8-1 conference record, but despite all that, we Corso is going to be rocking with them. This is gonna be a really difficult matchup for us. I think we're ready for it. I think we have what it takes to knock off the Georgia Bulldogs, but we can't take them for granted. It's going to be a battle, and I hope that we're ready for it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys are ready for today's episode, and if you are, make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, if you do happen to be brand new. And with that, I'll see you guys on the field for the SEC Championship. Let's get it. So let's go ahead and get the SEC Championship officially underway. And the Georgia Bulldogs are going to start with the football, 1st and 10 from the 25. And it's going to be a run up the gun for Wes. And he breaks one tackle, and now he's off for the races. Finally catching up at midfield, but not the tone that we wanted to set early on. They're already at midfield. Speaking of midfield, how about another big play? This time, Tyrone Jenkins, 36-yard catch. And the Georgia Bulldogs are now in the red zone. But can we get them off the field? 3rd and 12. Looks like a 4-wide set. Tight end moving to the left. Hogan dropping back. Looks to the left. And oh, we almost had the interception. Paul Webb had his hands on it, but he dropped it. He pissed down his leg. And instead, Georgia will end up settling for a field goal. But now it's our first possession of this ball game, and we start off with some good old Dan Romero. He gets us off on the right foot, 6-yard catch. As it sets up a 2nd and short, and we miss our tight end. We had Drew Myers. We could not hit him, unfortunately. So it's going to make this a 3rd and 4. 3-wide set. 2 runners in the backfield. We throw deep to Sean Albert, and he comes, makes the catch. And now we're sitting at midfield, looking to strike back as Royal looks over the middle, trying to get it to Aaron Atkins. But it will be broken up by Aaron Bright. As a couple plays later now, we got a 3rd and long, actually. We need a play from our quarterback. Royal looks to left, but we threw behind Dan Romero. That would have been the 1st down, but instead, we had to go ahead and punt this football away. And now the Georgia Bulldogs will take back over. 2nd possession of the game. They'll throw short over the middle and finding Evan Davis for the 1st down. That's good for a gain of 10. As another 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Has Hogan dropping back, and it's another quick throw to Tyrone Jenkins, who fumbles it, and Oklahoma is going to recover. So how about that for the first turnover of the game, except looking at this play a little bit, it looks like Tyrone Jenkins was downed, and the officials agreed. They did end up overturning the call. So we do not get that turnover, and we just gave them a big favor. A face mask penalty that the officials are going to catch. And because of that Cedric Bailey face mask, now Georgia sitting on our side of the field and trying to run the ball down our throat. West going to the left-hand side. Nearly a 1st down. A gain of 9. as it sets up 3rd and 4. 4 wide set. Runner in the backfield as Hogan sets to drop back. He's got a ton of time. Waiting for someone to get open and finds Tommy Beck in the maroon zone. And now Georgia's on the verge of getting their first touchdown of the game, and they almost had it right there. That pass was dropped. If it was caught, that would have indeed been a touchdown, but it wasn't meant to be. So now, 3rd and 8. Hogan, we're going to try to throw it again, this time on a halfback screen, but our defense was ready for it. So, at least early on, our defense is bending a little bit, but it is not breaking. We're still only down by 1 possession. But let's see if we can get that running game going a little bit. We actually did not run the football at all on our first drive of the game. Let's see if we can change that here as Antonio Dunn. He's actually going to get a carry up the left-hand side. First time we called his name today. And it goes for a gain of 9. As we got 1st and 10. Trying to set up a bubble screen, but they were pressing at the line. So Royal trying to throw it over the middle. We was looking for Drew Miles, but Maurice Royal was a little bit off early, having some struggles here in the first quarter of this game. As we do end up recovering, though. Sean Albert does make the catch and dragging a couple of defenders, though. You absolutely love to see it. And we're on the verge of the red zone, looking for some points. Givens comes into the game and gets his first handoff and makes some good use of it. 8-yard gain. Sets up a 2nd and short. We're going to go back to Jeremy Givens. Another run up the gut, and he takes care of business. I am excited to get Jeremy Givens more involved in the future. It's bright in the backfield, man. And so is our receiving core as Brett Parker takes an absolute shot. And now 3rd and inches. Trying to run it in for Antonio Dunn. Can our offensive line win? And they do. We don't punch it in the end zone, though, but we do pick up the first down. Goal line situation. 2nd and goal. Option. Fake it off to Royal, but we don't get the blocking that we need. And that is actually going to wrap up this first quarter of play. And, I mean, we've seen some bending, but we haven't seen either team break. We're down 6-0. So now we jump into the second quarter of plays. We got a 3rd and goal from about the 6. 5 wide, looking over the middle, and oh, we overthrew him. We had the touchdown. But because we missed, unfortunately, that is going to mean that we had to settle for the field goal. So we are still down 6-3 at this point, but we do force Georgia to go 3 and out, and we get a nice return as well from Jeremy Tate. A 20-yard return that will end up setting us up in Georgia territory. Let's see if we can take advantage. 1st and 10. Royal looks right, and we find Brett Parker right away. A 14-yard catch off the out route. As we go 5 wide once again, it's been working. Royal looks over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. Aaron Bright, he had his hands on the football, and it just didn't work out. So now, 2nd and 10, trying to throw over the middle, and this time we do end up connecting with the tight end. That is Drew Myers with his first catch of the day, finally able to throw an accurate ball to him. Let's see if we can actually punch it into the end zone as Antonio Dunn does get a little bit closer. Actually been held pretty quiet so far, 7 for 19. But we will find the end zone, the first touchdown of the SEC Championship, and it belongs to Dan Marrero. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the number 6 team in America, the Oklahoma Sooners, take a 10-6 lead in the SEC Championship. As now the Georgia Bulldogs will look for a response. Hogan dropping back. He's looking, facing some pressure, but does slide in the pocket effectively and finds Ryan Williams for another first down. A gain of 35 yards. Got to get more pressure on this quarterback. Otherwise, this could continue to be a problem. Hogan, once again, all the time in the world, and that cutback cheese was going to hit us eventually. Another massive gain downfield, already by the goal line. Looking to retake the lead, give it off to West, and he has a lane to the end zone, and he finds it. Touchdown, Georgia. And the Bulldogs will be back up ahead, taking a 3-point lead, and what's worse is that we actually go 3 and out on our next possession. So the momentum firmly on Georgia's side right now, as they match our previous touchdown with a touchdown of their own. And they might try to get another touchdown to make this the biggest lead of the game so far. We'll see if our defense can go ahead and stem the tide. It's now 1st and 10. Hogan looks right, dumps it off to Baker. And Baker's looking for some space, almost finds it completely. Nick Gunn had to bring him down, but almost finding a way to pick up that first down regardless. And speaking of first downs, here's one from West, and a little bit more than that. An open lane to the end zone. Untouched, and it's another touchdown for Mike West. And our worst fears do end up coming to fruition. Georgia now with 14 unanswered points since we've taken the lead for the first time. And now our biggest deficit in the SEC championship. We need a spark. Can Romero get it to us on the kick return? Down the sideline. Only needs to beat the kicker. Can we get it off? Yes, we do. No flags. I better not see a flag right now. And we won't. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the Sooners strike again. And at a huge time, too. Getting it back down to a 1-possession game. As we still find ourselves down by 3 despite the kick return. Let's see if our defense can do a little bit better here. We have given up 2 consecutive touchdowns on our previous 2 defensive drives. It's the 3rd time the charm, as the adage says. 3rd and inches. Hogan handed it off to Baker. Baker finds some space. Our defensive line tries to shore up the hole, but it's not plugged soon enough. Pause. And it's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. A couple plays later, Hogan looks left, gets it out to Williams, and Williams will also go ahead and nearly pick up the first down. They don't quite give it to him, but another, honestly, really easy 3rd down, as they are been 2 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. We'll see if they can get the 500, as Hogan will throw quickly. Finds Davis as he ends up breaking a tackle there. And Georgia will indeed get to 500 on 3rd down conversions. They're now 3 for 6 on the day. As the drive will continue, looking left, finding Evan Davis once again, another 14-yard grab. He's nearly at 100 yards for the day already. We'll see if he can hit it on this drive as Mike West makes the catch. The backup tailback coming into the game, making his 2nd grab of the day. As now 1st and 10. Hogan looking. He's got a ton of time. Gonna find Jenkins coming back, and it's Tyrone. Picking up a huge first down. As we're back in the maroon zone once again. We need a stop. 3rd and 7. Hogan over the middle. It's to Tyrone Jenkins. It's another touchdown. The Georgia Bulldogs with 3 consecutive touchdowns on their last 3 offensive possessions. And back out to a 10-point lead, as now it is a 27-17 lead. But we still have 1 minute left to play here in this first half. We'll see if we can get it back down to a 1-score game. 5 wide set. Royal looks over the middle. We do find Sean Albert. He takes the shot, but he watches the hockey highlights because he's an incredibly tough kid. He's going to bounce right back up. Next play. 1st and 10 again. 5 wide. Looking for the deep ball. And somehow Aaron Atkins comes down with it. You absolutely love to see it. Oh my goodness. And now in the red zone, looking to strike. Atkins. Not a touchdown, but will pick up the first down though. 44 seconds left to play. We can start taking our time because the only thing matters is pounding it in, and we will do just that. Antonio Dunn getting into the end zone for the very first time today and taking this 27-24 score and taking it into the locker room. It's been an exciting SEC championship. I'll see you guys in the second half. Let's see if we can make this happen. So welcome back to the SEC championship as we pick up a couple of minutes into the second half, as both us and Georgia actually had 3 and outs, but Georgia will finally break an ice and pick up a first down for the very first time today. It's now 2nd and 9. Hogan dropping back, looking left, and finding Jenkins. Tyrone Jenkins has simply been a problem all day long. He already has 126 yards receiving. We need to clamp him down and do so quickly, as this passing game has just been tearing apart our secondary today. But let's see, now that we're in the red zone, let's see if we can clamp things up and hold them to a field goal. 1st and 10. Baker, he's got a hole to work with. End zone, no! We do deny the end zone, but they're driving in close. 3rd and goal. We need a stand from our defense. Hogan hands it off to Baker, and our guys get to him though. Let's go, baby! That's what I'm talking about. We forced a field goal, and it will remain a 1-score game. So now our offense takes over, and we need our boys to step up. This is a really big drive in the game right now. We just saw our defense make that goal line stand. And now let's see if our offense can respond in kind. 2nd and 5. Royal under pressure, but finds an open Jeremy Tate over the middle of the field. It's his first catch of the day that goes for 6. Is now 1st and 10. Antonio Dunn. He stays on his feet and manages to pick up a gain of 7. I think that might be the key. Gotta get him a little bit more involved, as well as the rest of his running game. We've been a little bit too one-dimensional for my liking, I'll think, as Dan Romero will pick up another first down on the ground. As now 1st and 10. Royal, he's got a man and finds Aaron Atkins. What a throw! Setting up a 23-yard gain, and Aaron Atkins balling out. 4 for 78. As it sets up the running game, as Maurice Royal will rumble and stumble and even fall on top of a defender to pick up a first down. Gain of 13. Here comes Oklahoma. 1st and 10. Royal, he's got some space. He's going to be caught from behind, though. Oh, if our quarterback was more athletic, that would have been a touchdown. No questions asked. Instead, 2nd and goal, but Antonio Dunn, thankfully, will take care of business, and we will retake the lead. And not only that, but Antonio Dunn does also tie the school record for most rushing touchdowns in a single season. Arguably one of the best running backs that ever come through Oklahoma. And we're talking about the same school as Adrian Peterson, so I don't say that with any sort of lightheartedness at all. But none of that won't matter if we can't stop a nosebleed. We give up a big pass down the sideline and then nearly gave up a big run if it wasn't for that super dive tackle by Eric Gunn. That's his 8th tackle of the day already. Dude has been flying all over the field. Is now 3rd and 6. Hogan facing some pressure and finds, look who else, Tyrone Jenkins again. Closing in on 200 receiving yards. He's been absolutely insane today. And so has the rest of his passing attack. On the verge of retaking the lead. As we come down to a 3rd and 1. Hogan in the pistol. Gonna hand it off to West. Mike West, he's got some blockers and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And the lead is back in the hands of the number 4 team in America, the Georgia Bulldogs. But that is not all, though, as we will end up seeing them trying to go for the 2-point conversion, and they will end up getting it. So Georgia gets the touchdown. They also get the 2-point conversion, and it will make this thing a 7-point game as the last play of the third quarter. Going to be a run for Antonio Dunn, who starting to warm himself up a little bit. He picks up a gain of 11. It's been hard running for him as we go into the final quarter. Get those fours up if you're in the Premier, because we got an exciting matchup that could decide who goes to the national championship. This is going to be insane. We're all ready for it. So let's go. Fourth quarter now officially underway. We start off with a draw to Antonio Dunn. He makes two guys miss, and now it's a foot race down the middle of the field, and no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And ladies and gentlemen, we might have seen the Heisman moment as Antonio Dunn breaks the school record for most rushing touchdowns in a single season. His 24th score of the season. Absolutely insane. And now this thing is all knotted up at 38 apiece. Now Georgia needing a response, and they do so. Huge throw down the sideline. And now the Bulldogs over 400 yards passing and driving downfield quickly. Already in the red zone thanks to a 10-yard rush by Mike West. And we have another 1st and 10. Baker this time getting the carry, looking for a blocker. And our boys are able to rally up and at least prevent the first down, but still a pretty moderate gain. It will at least make sure that this is 3rd and short as Hogan under shotgun sends a receiver to the left. Hogan, it's actually a halfback draw, but our boys rally up and the defensive line does its job. Georgia will end up taking the lead off a field goal, although we have an unfortunate thing happen to us. We go 3 and out, and boys, it's not looking good right now. If we give up a touchdown on this drive, this game could very much be over, potentially. The biggest game, or biggest drive of the entire game, in the biggest game that we played in all year, and Georgia is driving down again. Now chilling in the red zone. Are they going to put the dagger in us? 1st and 10. Pistol. Hogan looks down the middle of the field, but it's intercepted by Matt Ratliff. And he's going to actually try to return this thing and gets it across the 20-yard line. For real, the first turnover of the game as Matt Ratliff gets his hands on the ball. And this thing is certainly far from over. But now we got to score. At least a field goal, preferably a touchdown to take the lead. Royal in a 5-wide set. He's going to look downfield and finds Brett Parker, who comes down and makes the catch. First down, Oklahoma. As it now sets up 2nd and 10. Going to send a man in motion. Fake it to Antonio Dunn. And we get Sean Albert in space. One man left to beat. Actually does manage to get the corner, but a couple of guys catch up. Still a good 15-yard rush for Sean Albert. And another 1st and 10 for Oklahoma as we hand it off. Dunn. He's really starting to heat up now. 12-yard gain. And that is the stat line I'm used to seeing. 16 for 136. In times like this, got to ride your best players. And Antonio Dunn, he's showing it right now. Another 12-yard gain up the middle of the field. And now closing in on 150 yards rushing. Royal over the middle. End zone. Touchdown. Oklahoma. And the Sooners will take the lead in the SEC championship with 3:42 left to go as Drew Myers, the tight end, gets open down the seam, and Maurice Royal was able to go ahead and hit him. And now all the pressure in the world is on their offense. They've been getting a bunch of yards in between the 20s, but inside the 20, we've been able to lock up at times. We'll see if this is one of those drives. One more stop could very well win this game. 3rd and 4. Hogan trying to set up the screen, able to get it out to Mike West, and he's going to pick up the first down and a whole lot more. 16-yard catch on the screen. And a couple more first downs can at least set this up for a Hail Mary if they need to do that. But for now, 1st and 10. Hogan over the middle, gets it out to Beck, and he actually breaks a tackle, stiffs arms one of our poor defenders into the next dimension. And it sets up a 3rd and short. 2 running backs in the backfield. They try to set up a speed option, but our defenders rally up. And Marcus Hogan has nowhere to go. Eric Gunn all over the field. Sets up the play of the game. 4th and 5. Hogan dropping back, looking downfield, and it's caught by Evan Davis. Another 1st down for the Georgia Bulldogs in a critical moment. But wait a minute now. The refs actually want to go take a look at this, and look where his foot is. It's out of bounds. How do they even call it a catch? I didn't see it like real close. But now that we got the replay, you already know what's about to happen here. This play is going to be reversed, and that means that there is going to be a turnover on downs. And now it's down to this drive. Can we put the dagger in Georgia? They still got their timeouts. But we got one of the best running backs in all of America, Antonio Dunn, who's been having himself a world-class day. If this, by the way, does not get him the Heisman Trophy, I don't know what does. I honestly don't. As Dunn continues to tear it up on the ground. Another 1st down. And now Georgia's down to their final timeout. One more 1st down will seal this game. And speaking of timeouts, they will take their final one. So it comes to this, 3rd and 1. If we get this 1 yard, it's over. Royal gonna hand it off to Dunn. Almost gets stuffed, but Dunn gets the 1st down. And that will settle it here. Oklahoma, in their 2nd year in the SEC, is going to win one of the best conference championships in all of college football. And oh my goodness, this game had my heart racing really the entire time. This game was really absolutely insane, man. But I'm so happy that we were able to go ahead and pull it off. As our guys, who went 5-7 when we took this job, now in a position to maybe go to the national championship. You'll love to see it. As Antonio Dunn, unsurprisingly, does end up winning player of the game. He ends up finishing with, I believe, if I read that correctly, 187 yards and 3 touchdowns. He absolutely went off in this one. And we will win this game by a final of 45-41. So how about this, ladies and gentlemen? We had ourselves an ESPN Classic. It's going to be a top 5er in this one. And this game was absolutely bonkers, man. I mean, let's just jump into these team stats real quick. If you loved offense, you certainly loved this game, man. Georgia ended up with 650 yards of total offense, where we had about 500. They ran the ball for 168 yards on the ground with 483 yards through the air. That quarterback for Georgia, that brother can play, man. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But Maurice Royal, he had over 250 yards as well. And more importantly, we did not turn the football over. That was big for us. Winning that turnover battle did help in winning this game against the Georgia Bulldogs. As we check out some of the other stats, Georgia did win the time of possession, but didn't matter. We were able to make it count when our offense was on the field. Speaking of the individual stats, we'll check out the stats for Maurice Royal first, as he did a pretty good job passing the football today. 19 for 29, 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. But the real story here is Antonio Dunn. You want to talk about a Heisman moment? I think we just witnessed it in this game. That 64-yard touchdown in the 4th quarter, absolutely huge. Ended up with 22 carries, 187 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Player of the game, that's obviously no doubt about that, and he completely deserves what he receives. For the receivers, we will see Sean Albert leading the team in catches today, 4 catches for 68 yards. Aaron Atkins lead the team in receiving yards with 78. And then we also saw Dan Romero and Drew Myers each getting into the end zone. Dan Romero a little bit more quiet, 3 for 19, but Drew Myers was a little bit more involved in the passing game today. 3 catches for 44 yards in this one. Now, on the defensive side of football, we did struggle quite a bit, but this Georgia offense, it's built different, man. I mean, there's no question about that. Aaron Gunn did lead the team in tackles, ended up with 15 tackles, 13 solos, and 3 TFLs. Matt Radcliffe also was getting busy with it, though. 11 tackles, 2 TFLs, and then that interception in the fourth quarter that we were able to go ahead and turn that into points, man. That was huge too. If they would have scored a touchdown on that drive, it would have been a 2-possession game. And I don't know if we would have ended up winning a national, or not national, but a conference championship. However, that being said, did not get to his quarterback at all today. No sacks. That's definitely a little bit concerning. Wanted to see a little bit better pass rush that led to a lot of big plays for Georgia. But it was just one of those games where we bent, but we didn't break at least enough times to where our offense was able to score more points. And listen, if you score more points than the other team, you end up winning the game. I mean, it sounds simple, but not every team can do it. But we were able to take care of business here. And we'll have to wait around and find out what our fate is going to be. We'll at least go to a New Year's Six Bowl, but do we get to go to the national championship? So there it is. We bring home the SEC championship in just our second year in the conference. First year as the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. Of course, we are going to go ahead and add this trophy into our trophies case. Bring it for the memories. But next episode, we will take a look around the country to take a look at your guys' custom prospects that are at the collegiate level, the unsigned players or players that have recently signed at the high school level that will become freshmen at the collegiate level next season, and just generally take a look and see what happens around the country to see if we do get what we need in order to make it to a national championship game. It's going to be a really exciting custom recruit special / recruiting special, and I hope you guys are ready for it. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you have to be brand new. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.